Hey, I'm Barika from Simply Unique Coaching, and I'm going to talk about something that's not really normally related to the type of topics that I talk about, but this is real life. And so I like to share what I have learned and the things that I've picked up from other people. So in this video, what I want to talk about is if you have a change in your income where you are losing income or you have lost income, some of the most immediate things that you need to do and to take into consideration so that you survive and get to the other side of it. Now, I can tell you that is never an easy situation, especially when you are not expecting to lose income. Now, when people walk off their job, they know that that's going to happen. But sometimes, life just happens and you're like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Now I'm in a situation, this situation may have been unexpected. So how to rearrange yourself and your finances to try to protect yourself. And I know, unfortunately, a lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck. So this is going to be super hard for you if you were like barely making it and then you now have no income coming in. I'm going to link another video here that I want you to watch that I just recorded because this is something that I learned when I went through a difficult financial situation once upon a time. So I want you to learn from what I learned from that. Now, one of the things that I'm going to tell you that people need to do immediately is to adjust their spending. A lot of times people get into these situations and they do not adjust their spending. They think, okay, well, it's going to be okay. I'm going to find a job soon. No. Cut out the fast food eating, cut out anything that's unnecessary, the subscriptions to Netflix, YouTube, with all the things that are like extra. Like when you get your income back, then you can go ahead and start doing those things. But like what you need to make sure you can cover, if at all possible, rent, you need somewhere to stay, food, electricity, and not necessarily in this order, but I'm going to say rent is going to be a pretty important one. Have a plan in mind of, okay, if you have to vacate where you're staying, where are you going to go? Do you have friends and family members that you can reach out to? Do you need to pick up a roommate? Make sure you vet them, but do you need to maybe consider renting a room out to someone else, or maybe renting a room from somebody, and depending on your circumstances and situations, that may be a little bit difficult, but you want to consider that. Make sure you have a roof over your head as much as possible and food to eat. And then transportation is another one that's pretty serious because you need to be able to get back and forth, and try not to take trips that are like not going to really be beneficial. And one of the things that has kind of shifted for me when it comes to finances, and I think that this has been a really, really eye-opening thing, is I try to look at, if I'm spending something, is it multiplying? Is it multiplying something? Whether, if you're spending money, is it bringing you back more money? Or is it bringing you maybe peace of mind? Like, is it bringing you back a return of some sort? And I'm not talking about just like gives you that warm, feeling on the inside of endorphins, because shopaholics can, shop. And that doesn't mean that they're getting a good return on that particular type of investment. So if you're spending money traveling places and here to there, is it going to bring you money back, or is it just going out and draining your reserves? And so, ideally ahead of time, if at all possible, the ideal circumstances, you want to have savings. If you never started with savings, if you are still working and still have income coming in, try to save 1 month's worth of income. And after you do that, try to build that up to about 3 months of income. And after that, you build it up to 6 months of income. And then ideally you want to have 12 months of income, because if something happens, typically within 12 months, things will resolve itself. Now, I will tell you, if you have lost your income, and it's not the end of the world. Things just are shifting. And so you need to be able to discern what is shifting and what changes need to be made. And I was so proud of a friend of mine. She had this goal, which was amazing. And I was saluting her and rooting for her when she met this particular goal of making a certain amount of income. It's like 5 figures a month. She wanted to make 5 figures a month, and she finally did it. And I was so proud of her. I was so happy for her. And then something happened, and then drastically her income dropped. And so I was so proud of her because she had been through a circumstance like this once before, where she had steady income and all of a sudden it dropped unexpectedly. And so this time around, she was like, hey, immediately, I'm looking for a new place to stay. She talked to her landlord, like she couldn't afford to stay at the place anymore. And her spouse were looking for a new place to stay. And they were just doing all the things that they needed to do to be able to reduce their income, so they didn't have so much going out. Because when you have steady income coming in and it's predictable, then you can say, okay, cool, I can afford to go on a trip to France on whim or whatever. But when you start having disruptions in that, you need to make adjustments. So I just don't want people to be caught off guard, because I know a lot of people are being affected right now, especially in their income and losing income, and now saying, okay, what can I do in order to come out with the minimal amount of lumps as possible? Because it's going to be a lumpy bumpy ride, I'm not going to lie to you, but there's a way that you can lessen the blows so that it doesn't hurt as badly as it can if you keep spending like you have steady income coming in and your income has shifted. Please make this mindset shift, because otherwise it's going to dwindle your reserve a lot faster than if you start to be conservative with your spending. Okay, so if you need to, definitely, like I said, check out that video that I'm linking, because it talks about, ways to be ready and prepared for if there is a shift in income, if there's a sudden unexpected shift in your income, how can you bring more income in? And what I said in that video is that money is just changing hands. So money never leaves the earth, it's just changing hands. So you just have to figure out a way on how to ethically be able to get some of that income so that it can help support you and your family. All right, if you have any questions, drop them down below and I will take a look at them. Otherwise, have a great day.